As someone who likes to dress up, I am all about the festive season where I get to wear dresses almost to every occasion, everywhere I go, or I need to layer something underneath really nice pants just because they're a little too thin because women's clothing is not ideal for winter weather. So what do I typically wear? Tights, of course. But as someone who is very large and in charge, I cannot find tights that ever tend to fit me. Enter in Instagram and Sheertex. If you've never heard of Sheertex, they're the ones on Instagram that are always saying, we're everyday proof. You know what? They have a freaking cat on their tights, meaning they believe that their tights are so durable that even a cat is not a match for these tights. These tights are supposed to be indestructible, practically. They have freaking scissors in one of their advertisements within the tights trying to cut it. That makes me uncomfy. I don't know why. Anyway, just the context of what's going on in those advertisements, I'm like, and I think it might just because I am used to tights ripping to shreds the moment I put them on my thick body. To give you some context, I'm about 5'10". I'm also a thick girl on top of that. You can't really tell from like this, but as you can see here, I have fairly broad shoulders for my tiny, tiny head. Why do I say I have a tiny head? Hats don't always fit me, okay? For my body, I have very broad shoulders, I have wide hips, I got a nice little pear to hourglass figure. It's a nice time for me. That does not mean clothing always fits me properly. I am still a big girly. I'm about a size 16 to 18, which is about a mid-size. And if you don't know what mid-size means, and I could be absolutely wrong in how I'm describing this, but basically, I'm at the top of most straight size branding. So a straight size is anywhere from like a 000 to about a size 18 to 20, and then a plus size starts at about size 14, sometimes 16, to whatever the tail end is of that. It could be all the way to the 30s. I think in a lot of plus size stores, they stop at 30, which I don't think... I think there's absolutely people that need something more expansive than that, but I think they stop around 30s. I could be wrong. If you are on the lower end of the straight size or the plus size and you're like, nope, they typically run this short or this long or this small, this big, let me know, because I could actually be wrong, and lines do vary from brand to brand. With that being said, as someone who is mid-size who can go both into a straight size outfitting situation or a plus size outfitting situation, I sometimes struggle finding things that are the right length for my body. With normal tights, I typically get a 2X to a queen plus. For these tights, I got an XL, and there was a plus 2X option, but it has above my weight on here, which is why I want to talk about the way tights are sized. So for those of you who have never tried indulging yourself in the world of tights, I highly recommend it. Tights are phenomenal. They're just like a good little accent piece, and they come in many varieties. They typically come in a height range and a weight range. To give you some idea of what I am, as I said, I'm about 5'10", but I'm about 245 pounds. So on this specific brand's tights, it says that a XL should fit me. I fall in the range of 5'2" to 6 foot. Those are very different heights, and then the weight is 205 to 250 pounds. So I'm at the tail end of it, so a plus size probably could have fit me better. These tights did fit me, but it was with a lot of wiggling. It was with a lot of fear that they weren't going to go all the way up to my crotch, which they typically don't, and just a lot of like resistance to putting them on the way I want them to fit me. I'm someone that likes things sitting at my natural waist, covering my stomach. I have always been that way. My mom trained me to wear clothes like that, so I wear clothes like that now. High-waisted fashion has just been the best thing for me ever. So let's get into Sheertex. As I said, the biggest issue that I found with a lot of tights is they rip super easily. I bought fishnet tights for my Halloween costume and I wore them once, they immediately ripped, and I got a plus size on that one. My inseam is about 36 inches, which is fairly long for my body. I have a lot of people in my life who are over 6 foot, and my hips are as long, if not longer, than them. My boyfriend, who is taller than me, my hips are in the middle of his torso. My hips are just really, really high. My waist is really, really high. I have a big butt. And so just with all of that going on, I was very fascinated and interested in Sheertex for a long time. Now, did I think that the price of $35 for tights was a lot when they're typically anywhere from like $5 to $10? Yes, but if they're gonna last me a really, really long time, let's see. So something with Sheertex is whenever I got online, I got a lot of the early Black Friday deals. That's when I got my tights. So I've only had them for about a week now. I've worn one of them out and had a good time with them. I want to start by saying I actually think these tights are really good tights. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to buy more in the future as someone who will wear tights and will wear tights for a long time. I wear tights till they wear out. Even if they have holes in them, I try to wear them another 2 times. I clean them the way that they're supposed to be cleaned, but I have just gotten to the point where if I'm uncomfortable in my clothing and I don't think they're going to last me a long time, I would rather invest in the clothing, and I'm at a point financially that I can do that. So I fully recognize I have that privilege and I'm able to do that. But if you're someone like me who wants to invest in some tights for a taller girly or someone who just struggles finding tights that fit their body specifically, this might be a good brand for you. So to start off with, they have all these interesting ways of advertising things, like the scissors. Oh, this still stresses me out. They do show different sized people on there. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. So they're on sale right now for 50% off. And I've seen that they've always been advertised as $35. But on the website, it says that they were originally $69. Looking into this, I'm not 100% sure I've ever seen any tights for that amount of cost that weren't like specifically like lingerie tights. I'm a little weirded out by how expensive these are as I'm re-looking at them. Would I pay $69 for one pair of tights? Probably not. Would I pay $35? I did. I bought 2, which means I paid about $69. $70 for 2 pairs of tights. But I got 2. They have a lot of sales going on, but every time I see an advertisement for them, they're always $35. So I wonder, and I think that I'm right when I say this, they always have a sale going on, but for specific tights, and they do limit their sizing at that point. Like, if I wanted to get opaque, I couldn't get the 2 sizes that I ended up getting in my tights. But let's look at their sizing chart. That's what I wanted to see. So their sizing chart, according to them, I should be a 2X. It says I should be a 2X because I am between the weight of 235 and 274. Now, I got a 2X and a 3X. It actually was because of a scarcity issue. I got a 3X because there was a certain design I wanted. There was actually a lot of designs I wanted, and the only one I could get that was in my size was a 3X. The only way I could get it close to my size was 3X. Because I wasn't going to size down, especially for something as expensive as these tights. Because at the end of the day, I could always hike them up more, and as long, they're not going to have a droopy crotch. They just weren't going to have one on me. I almost never have a droopy crotch in my clothing. Like, that just doesn't happen. Unless it's like too short for me, I wasn't worried about it being too loose, because they're tights. So I ended up getting a 2X and a 3X. I got a 3X in an Argyle pattern. This was not my first pattern choice. I looked at some polka dots that I really wanted. I saw a houndstooth I really wanted. I saw pinstripes that I really wanted. I still want all of those. I think those would be really cute. But the only one I could get in a 2X at the time was the Argyle. Everything else came in only 2X, or not 2X, 1X down. And some of them, they didn't even have like a lot. Like the pinstripe, everyone wanted the pinstripe, which I get. They're very cute. But I think that's where I really ran into an issue, was they had plenty of the smaller sizes and not enough of the bigger sizes. So that was kind of an issue for me, just as I was like, okay, what is your main market? Probably girls my size. So maybe we should do more than a 3X, or know that we're gonna need more quantity of 2X and higher because you're advertising to thick ladies. just that. So I really liked the Argyle tights. I thought that were really cute. I wore them out. I immediately got compliments on them. They're super cute, very, very fun, and I will be wearing them again, obviously. I was very comfortable in the 3X. I didn't feel like they were too loose on me. They gave me enough room in my butt, especially. That's a big one because a lot of the time they're not long enough and wide enough at the same time to get around my booty. I also got just plain opaque black. They are very opaque, which is the ideal. That's the point. They're supposed to not show pretty much any skin. My biggest issue with these, and maybe I just hadn't worn them long enough because I literally put them on camera. I felt like they weren't long enough, again, for my butt. They weren't long enough and wide enough in the area that I really needed that scooping action to hold everything together in my hips, my booty, and my front, my little belly. That was kind of like the main issue I had. Will I wear these again? Yeah. I will wear the 2X again. I think from here on out, I'm probably going to order in the 3X. Where I really have a lot of the bulk in my legs is in my thigh area and in my hips and my butt. So I really need something like the 3X to go all the way up and still have enough to encapsulate everything to where I don't feel like it's just gonna pop out any minute. And I didn't really feel that with the 2X, but I did feel like I was gonna have to wiggle around a little bit more in them. I felt like I was a little bit more restricted and I was scared that they were going to break. With that, I want to go back to Sheertex's claims of being everyday proof. They got all these cute little, they got like holographic little doodads on the back, and I like that because I like hollow. But it's got a horseshoe, a little, what I'm assuming, goldfish, and a four-leaf shamrock. Is that what they're called? Four-leaf clover. Is that a shamrock? I don't know. And then they have a character crossing, or a little hand crossing its fingers. So they're really just looking for good luck overall. I don't know what the fish is for good luck. If you know, please leave a comment below what that means. The horseshoe says underneath it, 10 times stronger than steel. The fish one says I have to read it like this, by the way, because of the lights I have on and the holographic. It's all holographic. That's my only problem with the packaging right now. I can't read it. I'm also dyslexic, so it's not great. Antimicrobial and water resistant. Maybe I should dunk this in water. Wait, no, I wore these when it was raining. They were very comfortable. Yeah, they're water resistant, yeah. The little four-leaf clover shamrock thing, ethically made in Montreal. Everything comes in English and French, which makes sense because they're a Canadian group. They have an insert that holds the tights together. If you've ever had tights, you probably have seen little inserts like this. This one has information. We love an informational insert. It's dual purpose, so there's not extra crap. The only thing that I didn't really like is they had an extra like little baggie, but I think it was because there's a sticker on here. Both of the packages that these came in looked exactly the same, and it showed me, there's a little sticker here, and it showed me what the actual order is, so the type of tights. It showed me some other information about what the tights are, that it was an individual and single packaging, what color it came in, my size, the actual, like, for the Argyle, it showed me the spacing between the Argyle. I can't remember, it says Diener? I don't know what that means. But I think that they just take the pre-packaged individual tight with the insert, the wrapping, the specific size, stick it in this, close it up, and put a sticker on there and circle it. Because it's literally hand circled. Everything's hand circled. So I felt very special. So I thought that was interesting. I think that that's really smart just for the quantity that they're probably pushing out. But yeah, other than that, I didn't like the extra plastic that was in here because everything else is like pretty much cardboard. But it's also printed on. So I don't know what I'm talking about. It could Could be awful, I don't know. So the actual little hands crossed thing says, engineering better odds every day. Reweaving expectations. Why are most tights stuck in the past? We designed the strongest tights in the world with materials typically used in performance apparel. That makes a lot of sense to me, considering they literally have like dancers on their website being like, yo, these are really good for dancing. I'm like, yeah, dancers need tights, man. And I know that they have like specific brands and stuff, but I feel like they're more expensive. Yeah, I know that they're more expensive, so why wouldn't they be able to get like day-to-day tights? Worry-free care. Hand or machine wash cold in wash bag. Lay flat or tumble dry low in wash bag. No iron, bleaching, or iron cleaners. That's basically how you should take care of tights in general. Hit a snag, no sweat. Now this was helpful because I immediately snagged a piece of my Argyle tights. And I was like, oh, they're done for. I wasted all this money. But I didn't, because this is what they said. In most cases, you can heal your tights by massaging the fabric outwards around the blemish until it disappears. Questions, contact us at their helpline. Oh God, this is the end. I literally did the massaging little thing that they told me to do. It went away. It was fine. So I might have spoken too soon. I put on the tights this morning. And I'll show you. That right there is a run. It's a very small one. It probably won't get much bigger. But yeah, that's not great. Another good thing I want to talk about is this waistband. The green to the top is the waistband. That's so much waistband. And for me personally, ideal, amazing. And I know like in tights there's like the control top situation, so you have like the lining all the way to here and then it's sheer down. In these, the control top is here. You know, it's holding you in. I didn't feel at all at any point like I was uncomfortable. I felt suffocated. I just felt put together and I felt very secure while wearing these tights. The other thing I like, I'm gonna awkwardly show you the crotch. The crotch area, you can't really see it here, but it's just a line. It's not the entire encasing of the bootay. And a lot of tights, it's basically like a bicycle short like cut within it where the control is, and then the rest is sheer, or your booty's out, you know, like there's not a lot of coverage for what's going on in your undercarriage. I'm trying so hard to say appropriate versions of this. Basically, nothing seems too exposed or too covered within these tights. I don't feel like I'm gonna sweat up a storm because I'm being like suffocated within the tights, but I also feel like I'm not gonna pop out at any point. It's gonna roll down. It's gonna make me uncomfortable because I can move freely about the cabin within these tights. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. I don't know what I really meant there. So, overall, will I buy these tights again? Yes, I will. Do I think that there are things that can be fixed? Yes. My biggest complaint, I feel like for the price that they are at, whether $35 or $69, I believe that they have the capability to go up higher than a 3X, or I think that they can go lower than extra small, just because I do think tights are one of those things that it's really, they make it to where it's like, oh, it's a sliding scale, you can really do whatever. But it's still really personal to your body type. As I said before, according to their website, according to a bunch of other tights and stuff, I rarely fit in the size that's supposed to fit my body. But the 3X fit me. I am not the biggest girly that's gonna try to get these. I might be one of the tallest, might be one of the thickest like combination, I might be one of the longest legged ones, but there may be a girl that's around my size, that's a little bit taller and a little bit wider than me, who need that extra 4XL. And I would hate for her to miss out on an opportunity of really good tights that make you feel comfortable, make you feel like really just absolutely sexy. I honestly, when tights fit right, you feel so good. You feel hot, honestly. That's something I really like about tights. They make me feel put together, and I would hate for anybody who wants to feel that put together to miss out on tights like these. The other thing that I like that they show different bodies on their website. I think that they could show more. The other thing, they do have control top if you're interested in control top. If you're someone that's like, I don't really care, Leslie, I understand that you don't want to sweat up a storm, but I will live. I need that control. They do have control top options. They also have thigh highs, which I might be interested in. They don't have a wide variety of thigh highs, it looks like. I think these are only in their sale. Let me look at their shop all. They have a fairly like limited range. They have some cute colors, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I think I need to do more exploration with Sheertex because they have socks, they have tights, they have high knee stuff, they have intimates. So they have, oh, okay. Also, their website I just don't like that much. I think that's kind of a big deal. Okay, this is something else. I went to hit intimates, and there's literally nothing for intimates. What's happening? There's 0 in stock. Yeah, a big complaint I have with the company outside of like the actual sizing of everything, their website's really confusing to me. Overall, they're pretty good. I would give them, for the actual quality of the product, I'm gonna give them a 10 out of 10. Honestly, the product really good. For the way that their website is set up, their sizing is, the lack of size, and honestly just like the limited products they have for the price that they have, I'm gonna give them about a 6 out of 10. I think for Sheertex, it is almost like a gateway drug situation. Why am I talking about drugs? It's more of like, oh, these tights are $35, you're gonna like it, now you're gonna pay $69 to $99. But I think that it can be kind of manipulative, especially whenever you're going after a market that possibly struggles finding clothing at all. I have to buy a lot of more expensive clothing that fit my body, which I feel like is not an amazing thing, but also I don't think that like I would partake in necessarily cheap fashion anyway, just because I do have the ability to buy more expensive clothing. I just don't think that because of my size, I should have to buy more expensive clothing because there are people who cannot afford more expensive clothing and are a larger person. With all of that being said, and with me rambling on about this long enough, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found anything interesting about this conversation, if you have Sheertex and have a good, bad, or middling just kind of experience with them, let me know. Tell me if you're comfortable, your size when you purchased them, and what your experience on the website was like. I would really appreciate that because I think that will make a difference in like exchanging notes, you know? If you're someone who is interested in Sheertex and this was helpful, please leave me a like. If you found this at all fascinating, leave me a like. If you have any comments about anything I have said or anything you've noticed about the tights market in general, let me know. And like and subscribe, man. I'm here. I made a video. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye.